Gent here, and I just got a new package to check out. So, what's in the package? Welcome to Gent. Let the good times roll. It's from Huckberry. I got a really nice deal they're having on a special brand that I've researched a lot but have not tried yet. So, what would you guess is in this little package? Comment below. And let's see if you can guess what's in here. Oh, now I will say that Huckberry had a little bit of shipping issues getting this nice little package to me for whatever reason. Apparently there's nationwide issues with delayed shipping, so it was supposed to be here on a certain date that was pretty fast, I thought. It ended up being about a week later before I actually got the package. It was stuck in transit at the last place it was supposed to be. I don't know, so apparently there's just nationwide problems with shipping for whatever reason, so I guess I got caught up in that. So, here we go with the reveal. Ooh, what do you think this is? Ha ha ha! So, this is a Dehen 1920 product. So, I've seen plenty of wonderful things about all of their products. They have some pretty awesome sweaters. They're quite famous and well known for a lot of wool things, and they do a lot of interesting stuff here. So they are in Portland, Oregon, and this is a very nice herringbone pattern right here, as you can see. So we'll try it on, see how it looks, and we'll go outside so we can have a little more real life in the wild examination of this interesting article of clothing here. Now, unfortunately, we've gone from freezing cold temperatures to it's almost 80 degrees now, and we will have more freezing temperatures, so I will do the initial review perceptions of what I'm thinking about this garment, and do a little delay and actually go try it out in some of the colder weather we have upcoming, so I can give a more full review of how I find the performance. Now, since it is wool, I'm sure it'll do really well because wool's a fantastic material for most garments in most situations, and a wide variety of temperature zones. So it's not the thickest wool, it's a decent thickness though. I would say it's on par with, say, a wool sports jacket, for example. So, very nifty options around here with the way that everything is set up. So, let's stop it here for now in the indoors and go to the outdoors. So, the filming outside got canceled because a rainstorm appeared. So, we're going to do more indoor filming. So, this is the Dehen 1920 Crissman Overshirt in brick red herringbone here. It's made in the USA. The fabric is from the United Kingdom though. So this is a interesting piece of gear. So we have these two pockets right up here. We've got these other two pockets right here. And I would say the overall kind of feel to it is very similar to a sports coat. It's certainly maybe on not quite as heavy as a heavier kind of shirt, so it's definitely got a little more heft to it than, say, a big flannel shirt, but definitely the wool is got a little definite heft to it, similar to a sports coat. Now we do have these nice contrasts here, so we have two little button positions. It is a little on the tighter side for my wrist on the widest selection, so you only get two, and I cannot do the tighter position hardly at all. I could probably button it up, but it would really be tight and very uncomfortable. Now you also get this nice color contrast right here, and so you can kind of go about and pop the cuffs up for a little color contrast here. So if you wanted to be really groovy and hip, you can roll it up a little bit more and it's kind of tight after I get to about right here. So 2 rolls, and ooh, I could maybe get a 3rd roll out of it. Let's see. All right, so I got 3 turns of a roll up, and it's still not up that high, so really tight on my forearms. People with skinnier arms could maybe do this a little more comfortably. My forearms are not skinny enough for that. So 2 rolls up is all I could do there. So I guess I could be groovy with just the 1 fold up. So you also get the color contrast on the neck around here as well. So it's a snap button at the top. Let's see if I can, oh, all right. All right, I was able to snap it. It's a little tight for my preference, but it's doable. So a little tight. I don't know if I would ever keep it snapped shut. Then we have buttons that are slot buttons here. So you've got a nice buttonhole to get these through. And let's see, all right, so I'll leave the bottom button open. You see how it looks with all of our angles there. I will say it's a little slimmer fitting than I thought it would be. I have around a 37 to 38 waist, maybe a 36 occasionally. So I thought it would be a little larger overall, I would say. So I'm 5'9", around 200-ish pounds. I max out maybe around 225 if I'm really naughty and don't keep my exercise regimen up, or I maybe splurge a little bit around Mardi Gras carnival time. So it's you know, doable. I just am used to a little more maneuverability as far as having a little more looseness up front, but it's doable as long as you don't have too much underneath it. I have a t-shirt on and then just a collared shirt. So it's stretching out a little bit. So I think it does have, you know, a decent amount of space. We do have 1 internal pocket right here. So that is good to have always. And over here, no internal pocket. I would have liked it better if there were internal pockets on both sides. So let's see how the pockets work for a pretty large cell phone here. So, all right, that one fits decently well. And let's see how it fits with these pockets over here. Okay, so that fits in there pretty nicely. Now, these top pockets look a little smaller. Let's see how the capacity is. Oh, so there we go. So at least for my phone, that's not going to be a place for it to live. So maybe interior pocket carry would be okay. These top pockets, I guess you could keep credit cards in them maybe. Other small items. I would say it might even be a little short for a pen. You might have to try that out. So overall though, it seems to be a nice lighter weight kind of garment for when it's cool, not super cold. You could probably get at least a thin underlayer of a little long underwear underneath here. Much more, you probably are going to run into getting a little more tightness in the overall fit here. So this is probably going to work best if you only wear a light garment under here. So maybe a just basic set of long johns, just a long john shirt, maybe another shirt on top of that one. You're good to go. But if you wore a vest or something else, probably getting in the realm of being a little too tight, I would say. Also, the fit of this is an extra large. So the sleeves are also a little tighter fitting than I would like, certainly, and at the same time the XL is a little longer in the sleeve length than I would like. Typically, I would like it to unbuttoned, probably fall right about knuckle level, and it's going all the way down here, which when it's really cold, I suppose that could be a benefit, is then you would have a little more coverage for your fingers. So it literally is hitting right here on my fingers as opposed to here, where I would find that to be a little more size appropriate. So I'll have to take it out into the wild, wear it around, test it out, see how it works for me. Overall though, I'm thinking it will be about the same as a sports coat. The herringbone pattern, certainly, I've got several sports coats in that. Always enjoyed wearing them in the cooler weather, and they've held up well, so I think this is probably very similar to the experiences I had with those. And, as long as I've got my interior pockets, I'm pretty happy, except I'd like one over here too, instead of just the one. So, Dehen 1920, I like 2 pockets on my interior. So these are maybe something that should also be made a little bigger. If you know of other items you can carry in these tinier little pockets up here, comment below, let me know. So we're going to take a little break now, and we will come back after I've had enough time to really test this out and the upcoming colder weather that's scheduled to happen. So in the meantime, hopefully it won't be raining and cold. I guess I can still test it out if that happens. I don't know if we have any more snow in the forecast, unfortunately. It would have been nice if this would have arrived in time for me to go enjoy the snow outside and really give this a good test run of what it's like as far as holding up in those conditions. We will be in the freezing temperatures though, at least supposedly according to the weather reports later this week. So stay tuned, and we will continue this video when I've had a little more experience with how this thing works for me. Your experience could be different. I've heard nothing but good things though about the Dehen 1920 company. So hey, I do have high expectations, so let's see if what the other people say is true or not. And we'll check it out. So I finally have had several days of cold weather to give the Dehen 1920 Crissman Overshirt a good run through of testing it out in cooler, colder weather. And I have to say, this thing has held up pretty well. I would say it's, as I predicted, about the equivalent of a herringbone sports coat. It's just got a little bit more coverage that you can button up better than a typical sports coat. Now, I've only got a long sleeve t-shirt underneath this one today, so not wearing a collared shirt like I usually would. So this is just showing how even with only one layer underneath, I still have a little bit of problems with some of the design elements here. So the pockets do have some issues I found with my cell phone here. So when I put my cell phone in this pocket, it creates a little bit of a bulge here. So there's a little bit of a bulge that comes out, and it doesn't quite go deep enough for this larger phone. So I would like a little bit of a deeper pocket panel. And the interior pocket does a similar thing, I've noticed. So if I put anything inside the interior pocket here, it also causes a bit of bulging that kind of gets the whole center line of this overshirt out of whack. So they could do a little bit maybe of some kind of engineering to get these pockets a bit deeper, a little bit bigger maybe, so they have a little more room to do things. I also went in mind for the interior pocket a little button to make sure things stay where they're supposed to be. Overall though, it has performed as far as keeping me warm and being an overall very convenient garment to wear. Now, I would say that their sizing could be a little bit more in line with, I'm a 44 chest, and all the suits and sports coats I wear, 44 fit me perfectly. Not so perfectly with the sizing range they gave here. So this extra large unbutton goes down pretty far down there, and you know, I guess when it's cold, that's good extra length to have. And I've also noticed some bunching up in the shoulders as well. So a 44 would not have the bunching that I get in the shoulders. So this is a kind of one of those strange in-between sizes. The way they do their sizing, unfortunately, is in-between sizes. They give you a little estimate of it goes between this size to this size. And apparently I'm on the lower end of the size range. So the 44 is the beginning of this size for the extra large. So if they at some point maybe made actual 44 sizes, I noticed that I get a little, wrinkle into the side here, where for the jackets that are a little more fitted on some of the models on their website, they seem to not have this little wrinkle that happens. So maybe a large would actually fit me a little bit better, maybe have a little bit more of fit on my chest. However, it's a little getting tighter in this area, so I don't know if I would really be that comfortable in a size large. So I don't think I'm hugely Buddha-bellied or anything, but it certainly is a little bit of movement room in here, just a tiny bit of space. It's not a whole lot of space though, so definitely it's one of those things where if you fall in between sizes, you don't get exactly the perfect fit, unfortunately. Now, the other great thing though to check out about the Dehen 1920 Crissman Overshirts is they have a whole lot of different fabrics and a whole lot of colors. So go to their website and check out the just whole range of all the materials they have. They have moleskin, they've got denim, they have wax cottons, they have so many different materials, and of course there are some different price points as well. And then plenty in just plain wool. They have a gray one in this herringbone. They have plenty of other options and so many other materials and so many other colors to definitely check out to see where you would like to maybe find the one that will meet your preferences or your needs. So give that all a check out and see what they have on the website, or you might get lucky like I did with this one and catch it on sale. So make sure to always use the power of Google to see what kind of specials you might have, and apparently there's sometimes some that pop up on eBay as well. So I certainly got quite a nice discount on this one that I found on sale at Huckberry. So I would say it was at least half, or maybe a little better. We'll leave it at that to not be too specific, as they are sold out unfortunately now for this version they have, which was the only one I saw they had on sale. But I have to guess other places put these Crissman Overshirts on sale at some point as well. So just do a little search and see if it could be a right garment for you. These upper pockets as well, I haven't found a use for them yet. They are very tiny. I certainly would like a bit of a deeper pocket. So I would maybe encourage Dehen 1920 to take a look at the different options other companies have done to make their pockets work a little bit better. I've gotten a lot of other wool garments where the pockets are very useful and actually will fit my equipment like this. So Filson has some great options for a lot of their clothing. Definitely their pockets tend to be larger and fit more things and don't seem to have quite the wrinkle of things, because their pockets seem to just have a little bit more room in there, and they don't cause all the sort of bulging things going out in weird ways like this overshirt does. I mean, the fabric is certainly thinner than a lot of the Filson garments, so it's just, taking some other clothing companies hints of how they could maybe do a little bit more with the pockets here, so they would be a little easier and functional to use. Certainly I would not mind some buttons on the interior of these pockets as well. These are great hand warmer pockets, certainly. These pockets up here definitely would benefit from being quite a bit larger, so I could get my cell phone in there, maybe carry some other things in there. So lots of other great options out there depending on what you need. This probably would not be my first choice if I was going to have to go somewhere and carry several things in my pockets that I needed to access and wanted them to be secure, as it's just not the most cargo capacity friendly thing, as it just doesn't really, I don't know, what could you carry in here? Maybe some chapstick, maybe some keys, but then it would kind of have a bulge over here. Maybe some credit cards. So these, you know, certainly maybe for urban use only, this would do fine. Taking it out into the outdoors or more of a long-term expedition might not be my first choice. Now certainly it could be a good layering option underneath some other jackets, and that might be a good case for when this could go together as part of an ensemble and layering for your outdoor experience. For the cost price point, I don't know if I'd want to do too much outdoors. Wool's very tough, very hard wearing though, so could work for what your needs are. So certainly good to evaluate the overall things that are going to work for you. So we're going to button these buttons here, and we'll unbutton these buttons here. And so we have a little more of a hang here, but then that of course makes the shoulder area a little more wrinkly there. So another little button. I am, however, quite warm and cozy in here. Of course, I only got down to the low 30s at the coldest. However, low 30s with, I did it just wearing this t-shirt. I did it with just a light collared shirt underneath it, and I was always toasty warm, no problems with that. So the wool, as expected, performed fantastic, and no issues with that. So overall, it is a very good urban wear type of garment, I would say. You know, other uses could be depending. It always depends, right? So definitely just check it out. I also love their shawl sweaters on the Dehen 1920 website. Those things are old school, very expensive, but also very cool. They do have a lot of sales though. So I've seen some sales where they get knocked down to like 50% off, like on their Black Friday sales. They have other sales all the time. So avoid paying full price whenever you can, and be patient, wait for sales, look for specials, look at the secondhand market like eBay, as you can often find some of these things for great prices and not have to pay that full amount for fantastic quality. So overall, I do like this. It is a thing that I definitely can have a niche for to use, as you know, it's good to have options, and more options are better than less options. So thanks so much for tuning into the Knowledge channel, and just go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and then go ahead and make sure to share this video with any of your friends or contacts that might enjoy it, as that really would help me with that YouTube algorithm. And also check out the links underneath this video, as I've got various links to Amazon through various cookbooks I have listed underneath the video in the description box that will just take you to Amazon if you click on it. And if you find something else you're going to buy anyway, doesn't have to be one of those cookbooks, but if you click on just the link and it takes you to Amazon, you're going to be able to have a lot of other options of things you might want more than a cookbook. And for many of those products, if you click on the link, I get a little tiny commission for many of those products, and that also really does help this channel. And then just take a moment to also say hello to everybody else out there in the description box with the comments, as we do love your comments out there, and we do like those thumbs up as well. And then make sure to tune in next time for more good food, good times, good clothing, and other good reviews. So tune in next time for more, as we like to keep you happy. So check in next time. Knowledge here, and thanks so much for watching, and just go ahead and destroy this video right here to keep up with the fun.